everyone. Today we are going to discuss about some of the important questions of third chapter of your chemistry syllabus, that is electrochemistry. And if you see the blueprint here, children, the electrochemistry chapter has got a weightage of 8 mark, in which one 1 mark question will be appearing from part A, and one 2 mark question will be appearing from part B, and one 5 mark question will be appearing from part D. And totally, if you consider, the electrochemistry chapter has got a weightage of 8 mark, and here we can think that the electrochemistry is a very important chapter according to your final board exam. Now, children, let us discuss some of the important concepts regarding electrochemistry. If you think of electrochemistry, the electricity comes to our mind. Electricity is the flow of charges, or the flow of ions, or the electrons will be responsible for the conduction of electricity. And when the substances which has the capacity to conduct electricity are regarded as the conductors, and the best examples for the conductors are the metals and the electrolytes. In the case of metals, the free electrons are responsible for the conduction of electricity. But if when you think of electrolytes are the substances which conducts electricity either in the molten state or in the aqueous state are regarded as the electrolytes. And the electrolytes are further classified into two types. One is the strong electrolyte, the other one is the weak electrolyte. Strong electrolytes andre the electrolytes which undergo complete dissociation when dissolved in a solution are regarded as strong electrolytes. The potassium chloride and sodium chloride are the best examples for the strong electrolytes. And when you think of weak electrolytes, the electrolytes which do not undergo complete ionization, they can be regarded as they'll be undergoing partial dissociation when dissolved in a solution. Such electrolytes are regarded as the weak electrolytes. And when you think of electrochemistry, electrochemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with the conversion of either electrical energy to chemical energy or the chemical energy to electrical energy. Such a branch of chemistry is regarded as the electrochemistry. Now let us discuss the questions one by one here, children. The first question is that mention any two factors which affect the conductivity of the electrolytic solution. When you think of electrolytic solution, it is a solution which contains electrolytes or the ions. Such a solution is regarded as electrolytic solution. And when you think of conductivity, let me tell you first what is conductance. Conductance will be the capacity of a material to conduct the electricity is regarded as the conductance. And you can denote the conductance of a material by writing G. And when you think of this conductance, the conductance will be inversely proportional to the resistance, that is G will be equal to 1 by R. And when you think of R is the resistance of the material, and the resistance of a material is directly proportional to the length, and this resistance of a material will be inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the material. And when you think of the resistance will be equal to 1 by rho into L by A. Okay, this is the formula for calculating the resistance of a material. And as I already told you, conductance will be denoted by G, where G will be is equal to 1 by R. And when you take out the value of R here, the G will be equal to 1 by rho into A by 1 by rho into 1 by rho into A by L. Okay, and this 1 by rho will be equal to, when you think of conductance, 1 by rho will be equal to K, small k, and this is called the conductivity of the material, small k into A by L. This is the formula used in order to calculate the conductance of a material, where A is the area of cross section of a material, L is the length of the material, and K is the conductivity of the material. As the question says, it is regarding the conductivity of the electrolytic solution, and the question saying you that mention any two factors which affects the conductivity of electrolytic solution. There are many factors which are going to affect the conductivity of electrolytic solution. Among them, one is the temperature, the other one is the nature of the electrolyte, and here you can also consider the concentration of the electrolytic solution. Even that is also going to affect the conductivity of the electrolytic solution. Hope you got to know about the answer, children. The factors which affect the conductivity of electrolytic solution are temperature, nature of the electrolyte, and the concentration. You can also consider the pressure here. These are the four factors which are going to affect the conductivity of electrolytic solution. Now, children, let us move towards the next question. The next question here is regarding what is molar conductivity or molar conductance. Write its SI unit. Molar conductance andre makla, here conductance andre enu anta nanu agle helde. Conductance andre the capacity of a material to conduct electricity. And what is molar conductance here? Molar conductance andre makla, the conductance due to all the ions produced from 1 mole of an electrolyte. When you are going to consider 1 mole of an electrolyte, 1 mole of an electrolyte na ಒಂದು solution ಅಲ್ಲಿ dissolve ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the conductance due to all the ions present in the solution is what is regarded as the molar conductivity, and the unit for the molar conductance is Simon meter square per mole. Simon meter square per mole is the unit of SI unit of molar conductance. Hope you got to know about the second question, children. Now let us move towards the third question now. Okay, the third question is regarding what is meant by limiting molar conductance. In the previous question, we learned about what is molar conductivity or molar conductance. Here we are talking about what is limiting molar conductance. Here makla, the limiting molar conductance andre conductivity of an electrolytic solution at infinite dilution is regarded as the limiting molar conductivity. Okay, and here if you consider, suppose, let me explain you by taking an example. Here I'm going to consider an electrolytic solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte, and here I'm going to dilute that solution by adding some more amount of the liquid, like some more amount of the water na takondu ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ add ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ such that the solution will be diluted. Dilute ಆಗ್ತಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ I'm going to carry out the dilution to a infinite rate ಗೆ ನಾನು dilution ನ carry out ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, and at that point I'm going to measure the conductivity of that electrolyte. If you consider the conductivity of that electrolytic solution at infinite dilution, it will be approaching the zero. When the dilution approaches infinity, the conductivity of the electrolytic solution will be approaching zero, and the conductivity of the electrolytic solution at infinite dilution is regarded as limiting molar conductivity. Hope you got to know about the third question, children. Now let us move towards the next question. The next question tells you that state Coleridge law of independent migration of ions. When the Coleridge was a scientist, he was thinking of the limiting molar conductance. Limiting molar conductance ಬಗ್ಗೆ work ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ he has proposed a law called Coleridge law of independent migration of ions. What does this Coleridge law states? Coleridge law ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? It states that limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the individual contributions of cations and anions. When you are going to find out the limiting molar conductivity of any of the electrolyte, for example, ನೀವಿಲ್ಲಿ limiting molar conductivity of sodium chloride na find out ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. When you are going to find out the limiting molar conductivity of a sodium chloride solution, Coleridge law states that the limiting molar conductivity of sodium chloride will be the sum of the contributions of cations as well as anions present in the solution. Which is the cation present in the sodium chloride electrolytic solution? It is sodium. Then which is the anion that is present in the sodium chloride electrolytic solution? It is chloride. The sum of the contributions of sodium as well as chloride will be getting you to know the limiting molar conductivity of the sodium chloride. That is what is said by Coleridge through his law called Coleridge law of independent migration of ions. When you know the molar conductance of sodium ion and the molar conductance of the chloride ion, when you are going to add these two, you can find out the limiting molar conductance of the sodium chloride electrolytic solution. Hope you got to know about the fourth question, children. Now let us head towards the fifth question. The fifth question is telling you that write Nernst equation for Daniell cell and explain the terms involved in it. Nernst equation na bariri Daniell cell ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ terms involved ಆಗಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ explain ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Okay, here what is a Daniell cell? First we need to know about that. And here children, when you are going to consider the electrochemistry na consider ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ the electrochemistry process will be taking out in a cell called electrolytic cell. Okay, electrochemical cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ electrochemistry ಅನ್ನೋ process ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. When you consider the electrochemical cells, these are the devices in which either the electrical energy is converted to chemical energy or the chemical energy is converted to electrical energy. Such cells are regarded as electrochemical cells. When you consider the electrochemical cells, they are further divided into two types. One is the electrolytic cell, the other one is the galvanic cell. And when you consider the electrolytic cell na ನೀವು consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, it is a device in which the electrical energy will be converted to the chemical energy. That is regarded as electrolytic cell. And what is this Daniell cell? Daniell cell will be coming under the galvanic cell. Galvanic cells andre enu? Galvanic cells andre matlab these are the devices in which the electricity is produced due to the chemical reaction, and this can be said like it is a device in which the chemical energy is getting converted into the electrical energy. That is regarded as the galvanic cell. And galvanic cell alli the main and the best example for the galvanic cell will be a Daniell cell. ಈಗ Daniell cell ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. And here the question is telling you that write Nernst equation for Daniell cell. When you consider the Nernst equation, it tells you that E cell will be equal to E naught cell minus RT divided by NF ln ಅಂದ್ರೆ natural logarithm of concentration of the metal and the concentration of the same metal in the ionic state. Okay, and here if you consider what are the terms involved in it, here E mn by m anta consider madidre makla, here this E is the EMF of the cell, andre electromotive force of the cell na ನಾವು E cell ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And then what is this E naught cell? E naught cell ಏನನ್ನ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ? Here if you consider the E naught cell, it is the standard electrode potential of that cell. Standard electrode potential of that cell na ನಾವು ಈ cell ಅಂತ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And here R is a universal gas constant and T means temperature in Kelvin. Temperature must always be expressed in terms of Kelvin. And then what is this N? N andre makla, here N represents you the number of electrons that are involved in the reaction. When you consider a cell alli electron movement est ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು n ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And here F is the Faraday constant, and Faraday constant has got a value of 96,500 coulomb. It is a constant value for 1 Faraday. Hope you got to know about the terms involved in the Nernst equation for the Daniell cell. Now children, let us move towards the next question. The next question is regarding explain the construction and working of the Daniell cell. What does this Daniell cell means? Daniell cell and I already mentioned you that it is a electrochemical cell. It is a electrochemical cell which carries out the chemical reaction in order to produce the electricity. Electricity na produce ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ chemical reaction ಅಲ್ಲಿ carry out ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ cell ನಾವು Daniell cell ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, and hope you got to know about it. ಈಗ Daniell cell, what is the construction and working of it? And here if you consider the Daniell cell, then we are going to consider the two electrodes. ಎರಡು electrodes na consider ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. One is the zinc electrode, the other one is the copper electrode. And here children, the zinc electrode will be acting as the anode agi act ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, and the copper electrode will be acting as a cathode agi act ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. And here the zinc electrode is dipped in the solution of its own ion. We can consider here the zinc electrode is placed in a zinc sulfate solution. Firstly makla, illi ನಾವು ಒಂದು beaker na ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ beaker ಅಲ್ಲಿ zinc sulfate solution ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. And if you consider the second beaker here, the second beaker contains copper sulfate solution. In the first beaker, we have placed a zinc electrode in a zinc sulfate solution. In the second beaker, we have placed a copper electrode in a copper sulfate solution. As I already mentioned you makla, namge agle heldangene zinc electrode will be acting as a anode and the copper electrode will be acting as a cathode. And here these two solutions are connect ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. How they are connected? These two solutions are connected internally with the help of a salt bridge. Salt bridge ಇಂದ ಎರಡು solutions ನ internally connect ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, and these two solutions are externally connected to the circuit ಗೆ externally connect ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. Actually what happens here there has been a Daniell cell na navilli ready ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. And what is the process that is? How the process will be taking place here? If you consider the working of the Daniell cell, when the switch is in the off position, nothing is going to happen in the cell. ಏನು ಯಾವುದೇ ತರದ process ಆ cell ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. But when the switch is in the on position ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ the electrons movement will be taking place from anode to cathode in order to produce the electric current. As I already told you, for the flow of electricity, either the electrons or the ions are required. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, electrons flow ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Anode ಇಂದ cathode ಗೆ electrons flow ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ definitely the electricity will be produced. Okay, what is actually taking place at anode as well as cathode? Let us consider the reaction now. At anode, ಯಾವ್ದು anode ಆಗಿ act ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? The zinc is acting as the anode. Anode ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? The zinc metal will be getting converted into zinc in the +2 oxidation state. Andre the zinc is undergoing oxidation where it is going to lose 2 electrons. 2 electrons na zinc kalkonta ide. And what is actually taking place at cathode? If you consider the cathode, the solution will be containing the copper ions which are in the +2 oxidation state, and those copper ions are going to gain the electrons which are produced from the zinc. Zinc produce ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತ electrons na copper gain ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, such that the zinc copper which is in the +2 oxidation state is getting converted into the copper metal, whereby it undergoes reduction. Gaining of electron is called reduction. Copper has been reduced. Copper which is in the +2 oxidation state has been reduced to form copper. And what is the actual overall reaction that is taking place here? Copper is undergoing reduction and the zinc is undergoing oxidation. Here makla, how to represent the cell? Hege represent ಮಾಡೋದು cell ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, the phase difference or the phase transition we are going to indicate with the help of a single slash. Single slash na barದು phase transition na, phase difference na ನಾವು indicate ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, and this double slash is indicating you the presence of a salt bridge. Here zinc, single slash, zinc in +2 oxidation state, and then comes double slash which is indicating you the salt bridge, and after that copper which is in +2 oxidation state, and copper is in and single slash admele copper barutte, such that it is single slash is indicating you the phase difference here. And the standard electrode potential of the Daniell cell is found to be 1.1 volt. Hope you got to know about the construction and working of the Daniell cell, children. Now let us head towards the next question. The next equation is solving a problem on Nernst equation. Nernst equation mele ಒಂದು problem na solve ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. 3 mark question will be appearing from this section. And here makla, if you consider the problem is telling you that calculate the EMF of the cell which represents below. ಆ ಸೆಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸೆಲ್ ನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, zinc single slash Zn in +2 oxidation state, then double slash bandide andre this is indicating you the presence of a salt bridge, and then comes copper which is in +2 oxidation state, and the single slash is indicating you the phase difference, and after that comes copper metal. Okay, and here they have provided you with the concentration of the zinc in +2 oxidation state alli idiyalva, andre zinc sulfate solution the concentration ಅವರು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. It is found to be 0.1 molar, and when you consider the concentration of the copper sulfate solution, it is found to be 1 molar. And they also provided you with the standard electrode potential of the copper electrode the potential now mention ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. It is +0.34 volt, and also they have mentioned you the standard zinc electrode potential. It is found to be -0.76 volt. What is they are asking about? They are asking you to calculate the E cell na calculate ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Electromotive force of the cell na ನೀವು calculate ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. According to the Nernst equation, this is the formula we are going to use in order to find out the EMF. E cell is equal to E naught cell plus 0.0591 divided by n into log of concentration of copper ion divided by concentration of zinc ion. Concentration of copper ion andre, this copper ion will be undergoing reduction. When you think of concentration of zinc ion, here the zinc ion will be has undergone oxidation. Hope you got to know about it. Okay, and first of all, children, here we know the electrode potential of the copper as well as electrode potential of the zinc electrode the potential gottide, copper electrode the potential gottide, and here we need to find out first now ena find out ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. First we need to find out the E0 cell na ನಾವು find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. And how to find out the E0 cell? E0 cell will be equal to ER minus EL ಅಂದ್ರೆ right electrode the potential minus left electrode the potential. And here which electrode will be acting as the right electrode? And here R can be regarded as both. R andre makla right ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ indicate ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. And R can be also be regarded as reduction, ಅಂದ್ರೆ the electrode at which the reduction will be taking place. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, the copper is undergoing the reduction and the zinc is undergoing the oxidation here. And first of all, we are going to consider the electrode potential of the copper electrode first. Copper electrode, the electrode potential estiide, it is 0.34 volt minus, and bracket hakontini so that because the zinc electrode the potential the minus 0.76 ide. So I'm going to substitute that here. I'm going to mention that here. Okay, minus 0.76 volt. Okay, when you calculate this, children, the electrode potential of the electrode is found to be 1.1 volt agutte. Andre the standard electrode potential of the cell will be 1.1 volt. And here, children, here we are substituting the values in the equation. E0 cell enide, it is found to be 1.1 volt, and we have substituted 0.0591 as such. Hange substitute ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, and divided by n ಇದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. Here n, I have already told you that n will be representing the number of electron movement. Here zinc is getting oxidized to zinc in +2 oxidation state, andre zinc is losing 2 electrons here. And when the copper which is in +2 oxidation state is getting converted to copper anta helidre, the copper is gaining 2 electrons here. So totally how many number of electron movement that is taking place here? 2. So the n value will be 2 here. And when here you are going to substitute log of the concentration of copper ion will be 1, and the concentration of zinc ion will also be 1. If such is the condition, the log of 1 will be 1. When you calculate this problem, you are going to get the electrode potential of the cell will be 1.1295 volt. This is how to solve a problem regarding EMF of the cell. Hope you got to know about it, children. Now let us move towards the next problem. The next problem here is regarding calculate the standard free energy change for the reaction. They have provided you the reaction here. What is that reaction is telling you? That zinc is getting oxidized to form zinc in +2 oxidation state, and silver is getting reduced to form silver in the okay, wait children, let me correct this equation here. Ag is in the plus oxidation state, andre cation ide, silver cation ide illi. That silver cation is gaining the electrons to get converted into silver metal. Okay, and they have provided you with the standard electrode potential of the cell. It is found to be 1.56 volt. And you also know the what is Faraday constant here. 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulomb per mole. I have already mentioned you about this, and they are asking you to calculate the standard free energy change for the reaction, and the equation for calculating the standard free energy change will be delta G naught is equal to minus n into F into E naught cell. What is this n? N is the number of electron movement that is taking place in the cell. What is F? F is a Faraday constant. E cell and the E naught cell and the standard electrode potential of the cell. And they have provided you with all those things here. What is n? N value enagutte illi. Zinc is losing 2 electrons and 1 silver is gaining 1 electron. So totally 2 silver ions are gaining 2 electrons. So the number of electron movement that is taking place in the reaction will be 2. Okay, when you are going to substitute the values in the equation, delta G naught will be equal to minus 2 into 96,500 into 1.56, which will get you the value minus 301.08 kilojoule. This is the answer for the question here. Hope you got to know how to solve a problem regarding standard free energy change for the reaction. Now, children, let us move towards the next question. The next equation is regarding calculate the equilibrium constant. Calculate the equilibrium constant for the reaction. ಈ reaction ಗೆ equilibrium constant ನ calculate ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And that reaction is taking place at a 298 Kelvin. And here if you consider the reaction, children, copper ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? Copper is undergoing oxidation here. Copper is undergoing oxidation in order to form copper which is in the +2 oxidation state. And silver in the silver is undergoing reduction to form silver metal. Silver is in the ionic form here, cationic form. That silver is undergoing reduction to form silver metal here. They have provided you with the standard electrode potential of the cell. It is found to be 0.46 volt. Okay, and what you need to find out here, you need to find out the equilibrium constant, and you are going to put the formula here. E naught cell is equal to 0.0591 divided by n into log Kc. What is this Kc is indicating you? Kc is the equilibrium constant. N andre makla, as I already mentioned you, it is a number of electrons. E naught cell andre, it is standard electrode potential of the cell. When you are going to substitute the given data in the formula, you are going to get log Kc is equal to 0.46 into 2, because this 2 will go here, divided by 0.0591, such that log Kc value will be 15.6. Okay, but you have find it out only the log Kc value. But what do you need to find out? You need to find out the equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant will be denoted by writing only Kc. And when you need to find out Kc, you're going to take the log this side, such that the log will become anti-log. When you find out the anti-log value of 15.6 by using the log table, you are going to get the value for the equilibrium constant. It is found to be 3.92 into 10 to the power 15. The equilibrium constant will not be having any units. Because of that, I didn't put any units here. This is how to solve a problem regarding equilibrium constant. Hope you got to know about how to solve a problem regarding EMF, for calculating the EMF of the cell, for calculating the change in Gibbs free energy, and as well as for calculating the equilibrium constant of the reaction. Okay, now children, let us move towards the last question of the chapter, that is describe the construction and working of SHE. SHE andre makla here, SHE stands for standard hydrogen electrode. Okay, and here makla we need to describe the construction as well as working of SHE here. When you consider the standard hydrogen electrode, here there is a presence of one platinum wire. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು platinum wire ಇದೆ, that has been platinized into a platinum foil. Platinum foil ಹಾಕಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ platinize ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. The other end of the platinum wire will be connected to the copper wire. Copper wire ಗೆ connect ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. So in order to have a circuit connection, further circuit connection ಗೋಸ್ಕರ copper wire ಗೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ connect ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, and this platinized platinum wire is enclosed in a inner tube. ಒಂದು inner tube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ enclose ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, here we have enclosed this in a inner tube. Inner tube ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು platinum wire na enclose ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, and that inner tube will be containing mercury at the bottom. ಈ ಬಾಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is a presence of mercury here. Okay, and that inner tube will be covered with the help of a outer jacket, and that outer jacket has got two holes at the bottom ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು holes present ಇದೆ ಈ ತರ. And this outer jacket also contains a inlet. There is a presence of inlet here. That inlet is for the entry of hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure. Okay, and here children, we have enclosed the inner tube with the help of a outer jacket which is having two holes at the bottom and one inlet at the top. Okay, and this outer jacket along with the inner tube and the platinum wire will be immersed in a beaker. ಒಂದು beaker ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ immerse ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, and this beaker is containing 1 molar hydrochloric acid solution. Hydrochloric acid solution na ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, such that we are going to immerse the entire setup, entire ಒಂದು outer jacket along with the inner tube and the platinum wire will be immersed in a beaker containing 1 molar hydrochloric acid solution. Okay, ಹೇಗೆ immerse ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, we have immersed in such a way that the platinized platinum foil is half dipped, complete ಆಗಿ dip ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, that will be half dipped in the solution. Okay, this is the construction. This is how we are going to construct the standard hydrogen electrode. Then how does it work? ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, here through the inlet we are going to introduce the hydrogen gas at 1 bar pressure, such that the hydrogen gas will be filled in the inner tube as well as in the outer jacket. Outer jacket ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, the bubble starts coming out of it. ಆ ಬಬಲ್ಸ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಎರಡು ಹೋಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. that will be indicating you the complete fulfillment of the hydrogen gas in the outer jacket. Okay, when the and along with that the hydrogen ions will be getting absorbed on the platinized platinum foil. Platinized platinum foil ಮೇಲೆ absorb ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. when an equilibrium reaches, equilibrium attain ಆಗ್ತಿದಂಗೆನೆ, when the equilibrium attains between the hydrogen ions that is present on the platinized platinum foil as well as the hydrogen ions that are present in the solution. A solution present solution ಅಲ್ಲಿ hydrogen ions ಇರುತ್ತೆ, plus platinized platinum foil ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ hydrogen ions absorb ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. when there attains the equilibrium ಅಲ್ಲಿ attain ಆಗ್ತಿದಂಗೆ, we are going to measure the electrode potential of the she. ಈ ಶೀದು electrode potential ನ ನಾವು measure ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, the electrode potential of she was found to be 0 volt ಇರುತ್ತೆ. and when the standard hydrogen electrode potential to electrode potential 0 ಇರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, for what purpose this electrode will be used? This electrode will be used as a standard hydrogen electrode, because by using this electrode we can find out the electrode potential of the any other electrode which we are going to connect to it. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, such that there forms a cell. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. by using the potentiometer ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, potentiometer ಇಂದ ನಾನು I can calculate the ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸೆಲ್ದು ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯಲ್ ನಾನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. when I know the entire cell potential as well as the cell potential of the or the electrode potential of the hydrogen electrode, I can easily find out the electrode potential of the copper electrode. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, here E cell is equal to ER minus EL. ER minus EL will get you the E cell. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಶಿಯೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ಕಾಪರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, when we need to find out the is E left ಅಂದ್ರೆ left electrode potential ನಾವು find out ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ this we are going to take the side. When we know the values of E cell as well as the right electrode, we can easily find out the electrode potential of the left electrode, that is copper electrode electrode potential na ನಾವು find out ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Okay, hope you got to know about the construction as well as working of sheet, children. And here, children, by this we have completed all the important questions from the chapter electrochemistry. Hope you got to know about all the important questions and the answers for those questions. Please do read these questions. It is important as a point of view of your exam because it has got a weightage of 8 marks. Okay, we are going to meet with the next chapter in the next session. Thank you all for the session.